Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of the Batcave with your with the usual gang of idiots and me. So it's just you. Anyway.
He's the idiot. He's the idiot.
How's it been? I'm not the idiot.
I've been
It's
sick.
Dumb and Dumber.
Sucks.
Dumb and Dumb Junior. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. How's it been?
I just said I've been sick.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about that until earlier today.
No, it's
You don't tell me these things.
because I haven't been on social media.
That's fair enough. Hopefully you get better soon.
Hopefully.
We got shit
What are
to
we
do.
talking about tonight? Or this episode?
Tonight we're going to be talking about we talked about this last week. It's a new comic coming out, Batman Hush 2. But this week we have something different.
Oh, do we?
One of us has a firearm. No, that's not true. It is true, but I don't have it on me.
What's that on?
No, this week it's not just us. We also have a guest joining us this week.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
There he
that.
is.
Huzzah.
There he is. We got Spencer
Dingus
from the
Den.
Dingus Den. Hello, hello.
Joining us to talk about the premiere of Hush 2.
Yeah, very exciting.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hush 2.
Woohoo! So, there really wasn't any bat-related news this week.
Hey, you were saying it's not really news season. That's the thing. We're probably gonna get it more during like Comic-Con season.
Sometimes something hits. It's like,
I mean, yeah, sometimes we get little trickles, but also it's whatever whatever month we're in right now.
yeah,
I don't fucking know.
it's just weird. We do, however, have some new bat-related titles coming out this week.
Always new bat-related titles.
Always new bat stuff.
I'm sick of this shit, man. Every week they're coming out with new comic books.
That's a good
How am I
thing.
supposed to read all of them?
You're not.
The joke is that I'm not reading any of them.
So the first one popping up on, and we're talking about the new releases that are coming out. What date?
April 2nd.
April 2nd. Yeah. Okay. First one is Poison Ivy number 32.
Nice.
They're doing a Poison Ivy comic?
And
Yeah, it's been going on. I've heard excellent things about this. I have not read it yet, but I've heard great things
I
about
haven't
it.
read any of it either. It's written by G. Willow Wilson. That name sounds really familiar.
I have no idea.
But
I know
there's
that
some
guy.
pretty cool little variant covers here. I like those.
I like the default cover actually quite a bit.
Yeah, the default colors should.
That's kind of cool.
So that's our first one. The second one we have is, and this is one that I actually subscribe to, Batgirl number 6.
Already a 6. Wow.
Yeah. So this one is the continuing adventures of Cassandra Cain and her mother.
Huh.
As they escape some weird cult. This
poor.
one is written by Tate Bromble, who is doing a good job on this book, but I have not really heard of him before.
Is that the end of the first arc?
The first arc has not ended yet.
So is this the end?
I like that variant.
5 or
I
6?
like this variant, yeah. But yeah, this is a good book. I definitely recommend this to anybody because it's good stuff. Next one is one that I was reading a little bit of, but I'm not like really caught up on it. This is Birds of Prey number 20. And that is written by Kelly Thompson.
That Big Barda?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's interesting.
What I did read of it, it was pretty cool, but I got behind, so I need to get caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good one. And then the last bat-related comic we have this week is Two-Face number 5.
I'm excited.
I forgot they were doing Two-Face comic.
Yeah, I actually did too. I read the first one and then ended my subscription because it did not survive the
The Purge.
purge, and then just forgot that it was going on. And
What a clown.
this is written by Christian Ward.
He worked on Batman City of Madness, which is an excellent little 3-issue series.
Very nice.
Combining Batman
I
and
like the cover.
Lovecraftian mythos.
Yeah, that cover's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I might have to get caught up on this one. It looks,
Yeah,
it could be interesting. So that's our Bat-related comics for the week. Short and sweet.
We got some stuff.
Strangely, no Batman itself, because that was last week.
Yeah,
We're really good at skipping over important comic books like Batman,
Well,
Robin.
No, we're going to talk about that one, but that came out last week.
Oh, true. Shit. I keep forgetting that it's a mainline series and not like a its own offshoot.
This is the mainline Batman comic.
Yeah.
But the next the next actual Batman comic, like we've got Absolute Batman coming out the week of the 9th.
I need to get caught up on that.
We got Batman and Robin coming up the week of the 9th. Detective Comics. The next Detective Comics doesn't come out until the 16th. But yeah.
Huh.
All right. Well, that brings us to our fun-filled game of
Oh boy.
Batman Character Roulette. And why don't you go ahead and describe that for us?
Yeah.
Blue.
This is my curse to bear. If you don't know what Character Roulette is, or you tune in specifically for this bit and then log off your computer, Batman Character Roulette is a game we play every episode where we take our handy... Oh, why'd you hold it up before I said it? Our handy-dandy Batman Character Encyclopedia. We pick a random number between some numbers, and...
4 and 203.
I have it written down somewhere. It's probably written down on my phone. It's the issue.
Probably.
4 and 203, and whatever character we land on, we talk about. Sometimes we get good ones, sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we get.
But you know what we never do? We never get a goddamn first appearance in the book. We have to Google it every week.
Yeah, every week we have to because it does not tell us what their first appearance is.
It's a whole fucking thing.
Irritating. All right,
and
since
yet,
you're the guest,
yeah,
Spencer, you get the
you said a number
between 4 and 203. And if you've picked a number that we've already covered, I'll just make you pick again.
We'll just kick you off.
131. What's there?
Okay, 131. Let's see what we got.
I swear there's a method to my madness. Not really.
Oh, we've not done this before. This is a good one.
Very often.
I'm not sure how. I mean, this is kind of bat related. I mean,
who is it?
It's in Batman Character Encyclopedia. Okay, but let me pull up the Wikipedia because, like everything,
hold on.
It does not tell us what this character's first appearance is.
We gotta start just picking the number beforehand. Movie magic. They think that we're actually picking the number.
So this character, very important character, not just in Batman, and only kind of important to Batman, to be honest, but important to the DC universe as a whole. This character first appeared in December 1970 in Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen number 134. This character was created by Jack Kirby, and his name is Darkseid.
I was right. Holy shit. Let's fucking go.
So
I swear we're not lying. We really just randomly picked.
Whose real
Spencer didn't even know he was picking the number.
I can't even pronounce that.
His real name is Eugene.
No, it's okay.
That's why he's evil.
No, you
no, I swear, no.
UXAS. He is a new god from the planet Apocalypse.
Yeah, because that's where you want to.
And He's a bad motherfucker.
Hey, let's move to the planet Apocalypse and be surprised when someone turns out evil.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's really not. I mean, I guess Final Crisis, he died.
Yeah, very important to Batman there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But let me think. That included Batman R.I.P. No, I don't even think that's Batman R.I.P. That was something else. Battle for the Cowl. Is that when the Dick Grayson Batman stuff started?
Yeah.
Over after that.
It's very
Okay, so
odd
kind of
to see
important.
Darkseid in a Batman character encyclopedia.
Well, isn't show me the cover again?
Oh, he's actually on the cover.
Oh, that's so strange. Show me the top. Yeah, I wouldn't say Wonder Woman and Superman are Batman characters either. I knew it was one of them. I wouldn't say they're Batman characters either. But here we fucking
They
are.
partner with him often.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
Especially
shit.
Superman.
But yes,
I mean, yeah.
Darkseid is an interesting character. I would say he's
In the realm
more,
of Batman, he's really like,
more like a Justice League
yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
I can think of 2 times that he's been important directly to Batman off the top of my head. And that's Final Crisis when Batman fucking died. And then Darkseid Baby in Dark Knight's Metal.
Oh my god, yeah.
Does anyone remember? Yeah, Baby Darkseid. That's what we needed. New God babies. That'll save comic books.
So Darkseid did appear in
He sure did.
final season of Smallville, which is not Batman related, but is a cool book.
Yeah, why are you...
I'm just.
I think you just wanted to bring up
talking to
Smallville.
you about Darkseid.
I
think you just wanted to bring up Smallville.
Here's a closer tie-in for where Darkseid has been in semi-recently. Actually, I think within the last year, if I remember right when it came out. He was the main villain of the Kite Man show that came out, which is a spin-off of Harley Quinn.
Okay.
He's the main villain of Kite Man?
That's fucking insane. I'm telling you, dude.
Right as well, was one of Lance Reddick's last ever voice roles as well.
Really? That's interesting.
That. Yeah.
Huh.
It's wacky. When you get to it, you'll get to it.
I don't think I'll get to it, but he might.
Yeah, the name of the show is Kite Man Hell Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
He was
we live in a society.
Voiced by Keith David.
Oh, okay, it's Keith David in that. Wait, then who did Lance Reddick? Lance Reddick did some sort of role in that then. I don't remember what then.
Oh, let's see. Voice cast. Lance Reddick. Let's see if we can find it.
I could have sworn I remember.
Plays Lex Luthor.
Ah, that's it. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kinda.
He was also he appeared in another animated series, the wonderful animated series Teen Titans Go.
Oh, right.
Fuck this.
And do you want to know who voiced him in Teen Titans Go? Because this is just...
Or do you mean who he voiced? I don't think that he was a character in Teen Titans Go.
No,
I don't think there was an episode where Lance Reddick shows up.
No.
Oh, Darkseid was voiced by Weird Al.
How did you already know that?
I'm cursed with so much knowledge that I don't want.
I haven't heard
It's
this
a burden.
which is hilarious.
Heavy is the head that holds all of the knowledge, or whatever.
I mean,
Yo, there's a cat behind you poking his head out.
So
How in the world does Weird Al end up as Darkseid?
I think they went, what if we made this show absolute dog shit? And then they just kept making decisions. That was their core tenet. They wrote, let's make a terrible TV show. And then I think they're still doing it.
The movie was great too.
They actually just came out with a comic, and I like the premise of the comic that just recently came out. Because
when the comic's over, we're done making Teen Titans Go media. I love it. Let's do that.
The premise of the comic is they're trying to save the Teen Titans Go from not being canceled.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I hope they fail. I hope they fail. I hope they fail.
Go on forever. They need to make another movie.
Dude, yeah. I don't think I need to show you. It's like the 2016 block of Cartoon Network, it is all Teen Titans Go except for like 2 episodes of another show in August.
Hell yeah.
It was all Teen Titans Go. No, the show is abysmal dog shit.
No.
And they just keep pumping it out.
That movie was great, especially
The movie was like halfway decent. I'll give it a solid 3.5. I'll give it a solid 2.5 stars. Solid.
The silver screen introduction of the Challengers of the Unknown.
I am going to get physically violent. And there's 2 of you this week. Fuck.
Those were the greatest thing. Those were the greatest characters in that movie.
No, they show up for like a minute at most, and then they're never talked about again.
They
a minute.
That movie,
dude. Fucking.
That movie was nothing without them.
So our main topic tonight is Batman Hush 2, which is the current... I'm moving past it. We're done. Cool. Dark side. Moving on. Batman Hush 2 is the new... it's the title of the new arc that is... Not a boat arc. They're not building a... Jesus Christ. Story arc, yes. No other kind of arc. We can all agree that when I say arc, I mean story arc.
No.
Henceforth.
Yes.
Sure.
It's the new story arc playing in mainline in the mainline Batman title, and we're going to talk about it. It came out last week, as previously hinted at.
Yeah.
And I read it very early this morning. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop up a splash page from said book because I feel like we're gonna talk a lot about the artwork in this story.
Of course, it's done by the great Jim Lee, and yeah, that's a bit.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's like the opening. That's the first pages.
Yeah.
And I thought starting off with him actively hunting someone again was really, it's poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah.
So do we want to do sorry, I just saw a bunch of Chinese characters in my notification bar.
That's weird.
I don't know any Chinese people, so that's frightening.
No.
Not off the top, not that I know of. I might. I know a lot of people. I know like 7 people. Including present company. That's 7. Dude, that's...
So one thing about this issue that I found fairly odd, but it makes sense, is the fact that we barely see the namesake.
Well, I think this is setup. I think we see him. We just straight up see him. So, do we want to do a synopsis?
That's a great idea.
Okay, so it starts off with Batman hunting the Joker, as comic books often do. The Joker is doing some fish shit, but Batman notes that like this crime, this whole thing is repeated, which is strange for the Joker because he never really does the same crime twice, unless the crime is murder.
He's a little confused about what's going on.
Not confused. I'd say suspicious. Whoa. I just saw that flash on screen. Subliminal messaging. Read Hush 2.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's later in the comic. So he fights the Joker, but ends up getting like knocked into the water, and he has to he's fighting these like Jokerized piranhas. We've all seen the Joker fish. I fucking love Joker fish.
Yeah.
Little known fact, I think that they need to use Joker fish more. That shit's hilarious. Bring Joker fish back. Mainline Joker. I need like 6-issue Joker comic about him doing fish, and that's the entire comic.
Say those words again, but slower.
6-issue Joker comic.
That's not what you said. After
What did I
that.
say?
After that.
Where he just does fish.
Wording was a little different there, but okay.
Here's another cool picture.
I have no idea what you're fucking talking about, dude. Yeah, who is that guy? I guess that's one of the, Anyway, so Joker gets grabbed by some big black dude. Don't know how else to say it.
You know, honestly, for like half a second, I thought that was Bane.
No, Bane wouldn't. Bane would have the mask.
That's true.
Bane would have the mask. I kind of thought it was Ra's al Ghul's like secondhand man. I forget his name. It's like Ozu or Kozu or dumbass. I don't know. Anyway, so Batman is fighting these fish, and he has to pull off his mask or like mess with his mask to send out like an electric charge, but it gets him too, and he gets pulled out of the water by Talia al Ghul as the Joker gets fucking nabbed, and Talia's like, "Hey, don't fucking die, dipshit," and then leaves on a helicopter. That's exactly what she said. That's all she said. That's it. That was the entire dialogue. I will hear no evidence to the contrary. She just goes, "Hey, don't die, dipshit," and then
not at all what she said.
that's exactly what she said. "Hey, it's me, Talia al Ghul. Don't fucking die, dipshit."
She said she was in Gotham to visit her son,
and don't die, dipshit.
And I mean,
she basically did. Not in so many words, but she said it with a little bit more, you know, a little less trying to get through a recap. But yeah. Anyway, so then we cut to like Nightwing and Barbara Gordon. Is Barbara Gordon Batgirl again? Is that something I missed? I thought she was Oracle again.
I think she's still Oracle.
Well, they need to decide what it is, because every time I look at the comics, it's like, oh, she's Oracle now, and then I look again like 2 minutes later, and it's like, haha, just kidding, Batgirl. Just let Cass be Batgirl.
That's
swear to God.
Valid, because she was in the costume.
Yeah. Like, and then there's that begs the question: if she's not Batgirl, why is she in the costume? So she must be.
Yeah, now I'm confused. Okay, now I got to go back and.
Well, that's not hard to do. Confuse you, I mean.
I'm turning you off.
Hey, man, I'm the host with the most.
You're not Beetlejuice.
That's the ghost with the most.
Taking all the credit for everything.
Yep. Pretty much.
All right, now I got to go. Okay, wait. Okay, now that's him falling into the ocean. Okay.
He's just rereading the comic. Live on air.
No, I'm just pulling up. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, that is Barbara in the.
It's weird.
How did I?
Anyway, they're talking about how like they can't get a hold of him. He gets pulled out by Talia, and then we cut to Joker, and he's getting tortured by Hush because it's funny. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I'm sure there's some grander plan here. I just think it's funny that Hush is just like, step one, fuck up the Joker. That's it. Get him out of here. Don't like that guy. I do that too. Good idea, Tommy. Anyway, so we cut back to Batman, and he's somewhere.
Well, hang on. Before you get to that,
no,
I've got another picture I want to show because this one's crazy. This is a picture of the torture scene or part of it. He's got some weird contraption in the Joker's mouth.
I mean, yeah, would you want Joker talking while you're trying to torture him?
Probably not.
When Saw meets the DC universe.
Oh, Jesus. We were just talking about Saw, you and I. I'm just sorry thinking about it. Anyway, I will continue. Don't you forget it. What was I saying? So Batman goes back to the Batcave, and he's talking to Nightwing and Barbara, and then he finds that there's like shit on Joker's shoe that can only be traced back to the carnival, except there's no carnival, so it's the amusement mile. And then he goes to like a trap that the Joker set up, and he has to go through all the traps and all the gizmos and the whatchamacallits, and then he just gets to the end and the Joker is just like beaten within an inch of his life. And for some reason, yeah. There's
And we realize that Joker was a pawn.
yeah, which is
actually the title of the issue.
yeah, which is very interesting because it's not very often that you get Joker as the guy getting fucked over. But I can appreciate it. I like it. I think that I also think if anyone's gonna do it, it should be Hush.
Yeah.
But is that where it ends? I'm like trying to remember if there's anything else. I think that's where it ends. He saves Joker. As far as I can.
It ends with Batman having the realization that Hush did all of this.
Oh yeah, he's like, fuck. I have to do this again.
Yeah.
Shit. Exactly. I was gonna go on vacation.
Going back to this.
To Tahiti.
Here's another really cool picture of another really cool picture of.
I will say I don't like the little yellow symbol on this suit, but it looks kind of goofy. You got like the big cool Batman, and then you got, it's whatever. It's not gonna like ruin my watching experience or reading experience, but like. It's a little goofy looking.
I think the point of it is that he was having to use an older suit in this case.
Oh, was he? I don't read Batman, so let me make this very clear.
But I could be
what?
Wrong.
I don't read Batman all that often. What do you mean? What? Where's the confusion?
You're like the co-host of a Batman
okay
podcast. And
I got other stuff going on outside of this. I'm running a Marvel game.
So sounds
and
like
other things.
Demoted. I hear that you're
no. Hold on. We bring you on as a guest one time and you try to fucking usurp me? What the hell, dude? I thought we were friends, dick. Come in here, usurp my throne.
Well, it seems to be working.
that I let Dad thinks that he is on.
Okay, time for a poll, everybody.
Who will be the new host of Who is Cartman's Father? Who will be the new Batcave?
What?
No, it's like the who is Cartman's father? Is it the whole joke at the end of season 1? Who will be the new co-host of the Batcave? Will it be Spencer? You get me. I'm just gonna assume everyone gets me and move on. Everyone understands my piss poor joke. Let's move on. It's not a fantastic joke, but I appreciate your kindness in pretending that it is. Anyway, what did we think about this one, y'all? What did y'all think?
I thought it was a good start.
I think it's a setup.
Right.
We got to set things up. I like that Hush seems to be it seems that Hush is kind of tipping his hand early. And I'm wondering why he's doing that, because last time it was very like in the final hour Batman finds out it's Tommy. So I'm wondering why he's making the decision to just straight up come out the bat, boom, it's me, fucking Tommy Elliott. And I guess it could be as simple as, Batman already knows that Hush is a active participant of Gotham, but I'd like to think it's something more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of just the whole mystery of this, of why is Hush back.
He's a dick.
If I recall correctly, Hush has been gone for a while. And
yeah.
So seeing Hush back here is a big deal. Obviously it's probably going to be a bit, but we'll have to learn about what Hush's motive is here.
I mean, it's a decent chance it's just let's fuck over Batman. It's still let's mess up Batman, but like I'm more interested in seeing what his plan. You know, like why can't Joker be part of the plan, other than the fact he's a psychopath? I just don't,
Well, he is part
Yeah, I
of
was
the
about to say
plan.
he very much is, just not in
his
the way.
plan. He's
He's
part of the
very much
plan, and the
part of
plan the plan for him is to die. But like in the last one, he was a very active participant in Hush's plan. So I'm wondering what has changed about Tommy's plans that he can't work with a murderous psychopath that's known for killing his allies. You
Or
know?
what if he's breaking Batman in a different way? We've seen multiple times here, as we've also seen in the end of this issue as well, that Batman always feels the need to have a Joker around. Batman can't ever let
Yeah.
Joker die. And
I think
so
it's more about responsibility. Like he doesn't want to be because he's like there. If he hadn't have gotten there before Joker died, I don't think he would have, tried.
it would have broken Batman, though,
Yeah.
for sure, if the Joker legitimately died in that case. But that's a great beginning here, though, of where you're seeing how serious Hush is, to where you're getting to the point where Hush has gotten really close here to seemingly kill the Joker, and I thought that was a big way to start this book here, when you see those strings being pulled right off the bat of
Yeah.
uh, Joker being used as a pawn here, and
Hush isn't fucking around this time.
yeah, exactly. And so it sets up, I think, some high stakes. High stakes as far as superhero storytelling goes, at least.
I can definitely agree with that.
So I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes from here for sure. As ultimately, as everyone said, it is definitely just a setup. Uh,
Yeah,
I
we have to
really like the
get to the
beginning of it,
plot.
though. Like, the beginning was really great with the Joker fish. I mean, just having them back, because anytime you
Oh
see them
yeah.
there, while it'd be cool to see them more, 100% agree. They're also one of those things that appear so rarely. When it happens, you're like, oh, this isn't cool, or this is just so
Hell
cool,
yeah.
and it's always
Yeah.
nice whenever you see them around. So it always feels fresh every time you have it,
It's a
and not
fun
overused.
little it's just a fun thing to add.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel like it's there. It's there to a point where every time it's back, you're like, oh, yay, it's back here. It's back. Uh, Joker
Yeah.
Fisher back. Not a thing that's overused with Joker, like maybe some other things you could say,
Yeah.
like his chattering teeth or something like that.
Sorry, I gotta take the trash
But I
out
like
later.
the sense of familiarity for it to hook you right off the bat.
Yeah.
Was-
Yeah. I also think I can definitely see the threads start to form because
right.
in Hush original it was everyone. Everyone was like teaming up to come fuck over the Batman. And so I can definitely
Oh, yeah.
see, you have they're already bringing in um Nightwing and Barbara, which I mean obviously they're fucking Batman characters, but it's interesting to see that it really does seem that this is going to be another uh big like all-encompassing thing.
Well, part of the setup of this, as we see, is him torturing Joker, as we were just talking about. Joker is a very important to Batman, and part of how Batman operates everything.
Yeah.
And here we're now saying, though, with the setup of the Bat family, I think they're going to be involved a little more and more, to the point where they're going to be also involved in his big plan as well. As Hush's intent now was to probably start slowly taking out, or at least crippling, who's close to him. And in this case,
Yeah.
it begins with the Joker. And so we'll see most likely Nightwing be closely involved, as well as Oracle, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Of all the characters, Bab is an interesting choice to say that they're close. Like they are close, but they're not like close. She's more often associated with like the birds of prey or just doing her own thing. Um, at least in my opinion. But I do think, having it be the whole fucking Bat family is here and Hush is gonna fuck them all up. I could definitely see that
Yeah.
being the way it goes. One thing I will say is I don't think it's as simple as Hush wants to break him. That's very Bane. It was never about that. Hush's whole motivation is revenge on Bruce because Thomas Wayne saved Elliot's father.
I mean, this could be another form of revenge, but yeah, we'll find out though, right? We don't know the true
Yeah.
version yet.
I definitely think it's still going to be revenge. I just don't think it's as simple as breaking the Batman. It's just fucking him over really bad. Which is
We'll see.
almost funnier.
We'll
Because
see.
why is your motivation just to be a dick?
Okay.
My motivation
well-
is I don't like this guy.
Well, we also got here in the issue we touched on them very briefly in the synopsis of we got a debut of a brand new character named Silence.
Yeah, I'm wondering what his deal is going to end up being.
And it's really interesting because we see his face glow up a little bit, having cracks there. So some sort of supernatural ability, which always Batman and supernatural stuff is going to be interesting. Because it
Absolutely.
seems like he has some sort of, he uses like some sort of telekinesis or whatever you want to call it on Joker, where in his head he hears the words "on your knees" and he obeys that order. And
Yeah.
that's part of how he gets captured so easily.
I'm definitely, that guy is like the most compelling part of this issue, surprisingly.
It's really interesting.
I'm
know,
wondering, Hush is bringing in new enemies. So again, it's like what is the plan here?
It's going to be interesting. That guy kind of reminds me of like Maui was a bad guy or something. Is what he looks
Visually, yeah, I can see that.
like. Yeah,
He's a big motherfucker.
he's a big guy. Just missing the tattoos, but you see all the cracks there and stuff, which is
I'm interested to see if this guy is gonna end up living up to the hype, so to speak.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Already a character named Silence.
You know what's funny too is last year, or maybe we'll say last year, maybe a little over a year actually, we got no, a little over maybe closer to a year and a half, and the Batman and
some
Robin
point.
series, we got the how that series began was a villain that was kind of related to Hush called Shush.
That's stupid. I'm calling stupid.
No, I remember that story arc. It's kind of dumb.
The name is kind of dumb. I like the story itself overall. But,
yeah, the story itself was fine. The name was like, okay,
let's fight Shush. You think this guy wanted to be called Hush and the name was just taken?
Yeah, that's what it is.
What do you mean I can't be the Joker? Fuck. I'll be the chuckler. Yeah.
The chuckler.
There we go.
Oh god, now it's gonna happen.
I'll be Double Face.
I do find it very interesting that Talia is just randomly there as I'm flipping through it,
Yeah, like what is she up to? Why, like, because I don't think Damian has a solo series right now, does he?
No.
I mean, that's kind of the point of Batman and Robin is you don't necessarily, he doesn't necessarily have one there, but like that's part of half him though, it's a big spotlight on him, which is cool. I'm really
excited. Well, yeah, it's Batman and Robin. Yeah.
So, but that is the closest thing that we have to that right now.
Have you been reading that book, Spencer?
I dropped off of it and with their all-in initiative, so not since issue 13.
It's getting to, I mean, you're basically getting to a point in the story where Damian has more or less said, I don't want to be Robin anymore.
Huh.
He wants to go off and do something else. He wants to, I mean, really the way it's going, he doesn't want to be a superhero anymore.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Go on. He wants to do something else. And
that'll last.
I mean, the way the story is going, it looks like he's going the way of his grandfather. And I don't mean Ra's al Ghul. I mean Thomas Wayne. He's like wanting to
Gonna
get
be a
involved
doctor?
in medicine.
Huh. That would be really cool.
So we'll see where that leads. But yeah, I think it was either the most recent issue of Batman and Robin or the one before. He's like, I don't want to be Robin anymore.
That's interesting. I do intend on picking it back up. I like the writer that switched over and took that role of writing that comic since it changed creative team. So I definitely intend on reading more.
Who is it?
Right now, it's
Is it Tom Taylor? No.
Someone.
I believe it's PKJ, Philip Kennedy Johnson, I believe.
You may be right.
But I really liked the writer of who did it initially, as well as the artist of it. And it was one of those things where I needed to pull out a couple titles so I could make room for the absolute comics on my list. So it was subject to my own little purge to make room for the absolute stuff.
You're right. It's Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's what I thought.
What the hell is Tom Taylor writing?
I believe it's Detective Comics.
Probably a comic book.
Yeah, I believe he's writing the Detective.
Yep, he's writing Detective Comics.
Yeah.
That's right, because he took over for Ram.
Yep. I would like to read that era sometime, as well as his era. I have a lot of DC stuff I need to catch up on.
Yeah. It's a good thing there's a thing called DC Infinite.
That's true. I need to
Not
get
sponsored.
Yeah, they do not sponsor us, but
they should.
But if you wanted to,
my email is blue. Email me directly. You'll definitely get a response.
If you would like to sponsor us, DC Infinite, my email address is otter272@gmail.com.
You'll definitely get a response. You'll probably get to be honest, you probably have a better chance emailing him than you do me.
It doesn't even have to be DC Infinite. If it's just, if DC just wants to sponsor us, hey.
Invite us to the next premiere.
I'm down.
I'll win in on that Superman premiere, absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Hey, hold on. You're not a part of the show. You're a guest.
Yeah,
that just went with it. He just flew with it. That was pretty funny.
You see, me and Steve here have a special connection over Superman, as my first ever comic video, actually, on my channel, lo and behold, was us talking about All-Star Superman.
Where I pretty much spent the entire time blasting Grant Morrison.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I will say that this was before I started reading Grant Morrison's run of X-Men. And before I started reading his run of Batman and Robin.
Sounds weak-willed to me.
My big problem with Grant Morrison does not stem from Superman, although I don't like his Superman run. My big problem with Grant Morrison stems from Final Crisis.
Just because you didn't understand the comic doesn't mean it's a bad comic.
Oh God, we're having this again.
Sense.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't make sense, man.
Lefty and I share the same sentiment on Final Crisis.
What? Don't bring your friend into this.
So that's why I don't like it. But I also did not like his New 52 run of Superman.
That's fair enough. Didn't he do something stupid? Didn't he make him
Let's be honest here. What
bad
character didn't have stupid stuff done to him in New 52?
Batman.
Batman?
Well, yeah, that was
Green Lantern.
New 52. But other than Batman, that was
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern that was a good era.
Shazam?
Whoa there. Hold on. Let's slow down there, Kimosabe. They fucking shitted Shazam. That's a horrible.
Interesting in that era.
Okay, we'll just stick with Batman and Green Lantern.
Batman and Green Lantern.
New 52 Shazam was absolute dog shit.
Not as bad as Superman.
No, it's because the whole thing is that he's not. This isn't a Shazam show. I'm gonna stop there.
No, this is not a Shazam
So
story.
Shazam's in Batman Hush too, right?
Yeah, he shows up and he goes, "I'm Shazam." That's it. He goes, "I'm Zachary Levi, and I'm definitely coming back for another movie."
Stop it.
Did either of you see Shazam 2?
Yeah.
I did.
Saw it in the theater.
I still haven't watched that shit.
I saw it in the theater too.
I'm so sorry for you.
It
Wasn't bad.
was a movie.
It was bad. It was a movie, yeah.
It was a movie. That is a shockingly telling description there, man.
Nothing to
It
hoot and holler.
was a movie.
It was
That's
a movie.
okay.
If I remember right, it involved a unicorn shitting out Skittles, so that it has that going for it.
You know what's sad is I'm not even gonna like act like I think you're lying. I'm like, yeah, sure, you whatever. Unicorn shitting Skittles, sure.
It was not great.
It sure was a movie that we're not talking about today. So Hush 2,
That's not what we're talking about Batman.
you brought up the art. I thought it was fantastic, but also it's Jim Lee, so like, of course it's gonna be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There is no contest there.
You bring up a cool point. Like, yeah, it's great, and something I particularly like about this art, and a part of it too is specifically how they do the speech bubbles, mainly their narration ones, is that it makes it feel like as if it is a direct sequel to Hush in some ways, visually, as if.
Yeah.
It looks like a comic that didn't come out in 2025. It looks like a comic that came out in whenever Hush 2 came out. What, mid 2000s? Like, wasn't it like 2006?
Hush 2 just came out.
No, not Hush 2.
Yeah, it came out March 2025. Yeah.
No, the first Hush. When did that come out?
That came out in 2002.
2002. Okay, that's even earlier than I thought. So, but visually, like, it looks like the same as that.
Well,
I fully agree.
There is a reason for that.
Well, I know
I opened it and I immediately went, "Holy shit! They just made Hush 2." It really is just Hush 2.
It is not only the same penciler, it is also the same inker.
Yeah. No,
well, even then, it doesn't look like their art has like changed. It looks like you could read Hush 1 and then just go to Hush 2 and be like, "Yeah, this is the same comic." I think the point he's trying to make.
Right. I'm saying that like some sequels have updated art styles, even with mostly same creative teams, and so it's cool here to see that this still continues that art style. And still keeps up with it.
Same colorist too.
Yeah, like it's all the same there.
They just got the team back together and were like, "Hey, you want to make the best comic of our generation again?" And then and it looks like that's what they're doing.
That's what they're going for, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
really excited to see where this goes.
I don't really have anything like negative to say. I don't think any of us do, but like
it's
some comics, I'm like with Batman Noel, I wasn't like a massive fan of that art style, but this one, it's just the art style is good. It's not my cup of tea.
What was the last comic book that we talked about on the show? Actually, I think it was probably Batman Hush.
Was it not Hush? Because the whole thing is like, and the next time we're going to talk about, eventually we're going to talk about Batman Hush, and then we did Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, the last episode we talked about a movie.
Great.
I don't fucking know. What do I look like? The co-host of a Batman podcast? Oh, wait.
You know what we really need to do? We still need to do our bat. Remember, we did bat suits through the ages. We really need to do Batmobiles through the ages.
I'll get to it when I get to it, old man. I should just do it.
I just watched this show over the weekend. I was watching this show on Amazon Prime called, it's a series and they do different stuff.
Like an anthology?
Well, okay. So the series is called Icons. Where is it? Icons Unearthed. And the one that I watched was Icons Unearthed Batman. And it was basically a documentary about the history of Batman in film. So they talked about like all of the films in depth, like the making of them. But they only went up through, like, they didn't do the new Matt Reeves.
Well, shit. There goes our next episode. We can't copy that.
No. But it was a really good documentary. It was like, I don't know, like 6 or 7, maybe 8 episodes long. But
is there a point to this, or are you just bringing it up because you want to talk about a thing you watched?
I don't know. It can, something you said reminded me of it. Shit, I don't remember. It was good.
Okay, Grandpa, back to bed.
Wow.
Well, they talk. Oh no, they talked about the Batmobile quite extensively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'll get to the Batmobiles.
They
I've been
also
doing stuff.
nipples, but we won't go there.
They talk about what?
They talked about the bat nipples.
Well, of course they did. The bat nipples are an iconic part of Batman history.
The essential part of every Batman story.
Yeah, if you don't have the bat nipples, I'm not reading your comic.
What?
I'm being facetious. It's
I
a
was about
joke.
to say, you read this one.
Have you heard of jokes, Dad? There are these things that people do,
Zip
and
it,
then
boy.
the point of the
That boy ain't right.
it's funny because he can't kick me off because I'm the only one that will do this with him.
Actually,
This is I don't like where this conversation is going. Let's move
I
on.
can get somebody else to do this.
Anyway, so Batman Hush 2, yeah, I really appreciated that the art style didn't look changed. That would have taken me out of it a little bit. I wouldn't have I wouldn't have enjoyed it any less, but I would have been a little like, oh, you know, it just I don't want to say it would have broken my immersion, but it added to the experience.
Absolutely.
Having a different artist, I don't think would have subtracted, because I'm really here for the story. But I think having it look like it was just straight up fucking, we're in Hush 2. We're doing Hush again. Remember Hush? We're doing that a second time. I think that was I think that it was a very cool thing that they did. It was a goal that they went for and succeeded in.
Yeah, we're gonna see if this overall warrants it having a sequel.
Well,
I'm looking forward to seeing where it all goes. You know, you're speaking of the art. One thing that I really, at least I wanted to mention that I thought it was a cool reference is second to last page of the issue. You see on the screens at the end there, you see references to the Killing Joke and Death of the Family, which I thought was cool.
yeah.
Having that callback there.
Yeah.
And having it feel connected to the other Bat lore. So even though it's directly
Yeah.
it has, you know, callbacks to other stuff.
I thought that was cool too. I went, oh my god, like, because I think also part of it is, you know, they were in the carnival and that's where the whole shit happened. So it's a little interesting that it seems like Joker was trying to set up something big, and instead Hush showed up and was like, fuck you, it's my turn. We're doing Hush 2, not Joker 2. Fuck you.
No, we don't want another Joker 2.
I haven't watched the first Joker
So here's
2.
a question for both of you. Would you recommend, just based off this first issue,
Yes.
would you recommend this book to somebody that's never read Hush?
Oh, I'd say.
Well, here's the question.
I mean, it depends on the person.
Yeah, I mean, I think part
How
of it
well versed are they in Batman lore?
Yeah, that's part of it though, is they would have to at least know Killing Joke and at least know Death of the Family, because I would say as those look like to be very important ties and know of Joker being important. It would be, I think, from this first issue, I'd say it could be passable to not read the first Hush, but at the same time, it's really, really
passable, not recommended. You can do it, but that doesn't mean you should. Also, just go read Hush. It's a fucking 20-year-old comic book. Just go read it.
Easily top 5 best Batman stories ever. It's personally my second favorite. So
let me think. Halloween, Nightfall. It might be my third. Unless I can think of something else to piss Dad off. Final Crisis. That's my third. That's my third favorite Batman story.
Okay, I'm shutting you down.
Anyway, any other thoughts about this?
Well, I didn't give my answer to my question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I
My
would
bad.
not. If somebody said, I'm going to go read this, and they had never read Hush, I would say, do not read this.
You'd square him in the jaw.
What is wrong with you? Why have you not read Hush yet?
Shit, he might square him in the jaw. Shit.
You should.
That's a little frightening. Yeah,
For
I
those of you
mean,
that are watching this, if you've never read Hush,
get the fuck to it or else.
what is your problem?
I don't think you can say that.
I just did.
I mean, I don't think you should say that.
No. If you don't like it, you can stop watching this show.
We here at the Batcave do not condone violence against our viewers unless it's funny.
About violence.
I did. And
I just said
I did, and you didn't deny it. So
I would not commit violence on somebody because they haven't read Hush.
that's not what you were just texting me just now.
That was secret.
He just texted me, I'm gonna beat someone up if they haven't read Hush. I'm gonna find someone that hasn't read Hush and beat them up. And I went, don't do that.
I don't. Yeah.
That's a real text that he just sent me.
It's right here. Goofball says.
No. It's right here. It says, and now he's threatening me. Now he's threatening me. He's texting me, and he's threatening me.
No, let me see it.
Well, guys, it's been real. My tenure here at the back. He brought me into this world. He could take me out of it.
That's a real roller, right? Yeah.
I don't know about that. It's too far a drive.
That's what's stopping you from killing me is you just don't feel like making the drive. Jesus Christ.
I'm sure there are other reasons, but you know.
I'm sure I can.
Number one.
Yeah, that is numero uno. Anyway, any other thoughts on
thoughts about the beginning of Batman Hush 2?
You know, I'm just very excited to see where it goes. When I got to meet Jeff Loeb earlier this month, of course, had to express to him, I was like, I'm so excited for Batman Hush 2. And he
called
like,
you a big fucking nerd.
I feel, and he was telling me that he feels this story is one of those very rare stories where it only gets better as it goes. And so reading this first issue, I can very much see where he says that is. It's a big setup, and it all depends on, it can only get better if what it's building up to is truly worth it. And so I'm very excited to see where it's all building up to and to see if it really does build in that way that he feels it does.
Well, shit, dude. If Jeff Loeb says it's good, I trust him.
Of course,
he's written some of the best Batman stories out there. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like he wrote my
100%
Batman stories. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see Hush 2 back.
I trust Jeff Loeb with my life. I don't think it'll ever come to that. But
originally, with like issue by issue, I feel like I'm almost at a disadvantage of how that one started out because I read the graphic novel. So
yeah, you can just keep it's maybe it's a little bit of like, oh, I don't want to wait. That's the same. I feel the same way. I'm like, okay, flip next issue.
Come on, let's get it.
Come on.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's what normal people have to deal with. Just waiting for shit.
That kind of negativity in my life.
But yeah, a Hush 2 looks to be. I think it's gonna be something real special. I think we can all agree that it's good. Or it's a good start. It's a good starting point. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Absolutely.
So anyway, as we're closing out, thank you, Spencer, for dropping by. This was fun. I think if next time we have you, I already have an idea for what I think we should have you on next for, but we haven't talked about that, so I guess we'll see when we get there.
Batmobiles through the ages.
No. Just kidding. Yes, we got to get Spencer in here to talk about fucking Batmobile. No, no, it's not Batmobiles through the ages.
Damn it!
It's something that I think I can just say when I think we should bring Spencer back. I can just say it.
Host. Hold on, we got another guest host.
Oh,
Andor. Hell yeah! What did he think of the comic?
He's just giving me this look like, don't talk to me. Nope.
And he goes, I thought it was dog shit. Damn, Andor. Fuck you. We don't condone violence against cats.
Actually, Andor doesn't read comic books, so
He's more of a books on tape listener.
he's more of a live action visual medium.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
there you go.
We all have our shortcomings.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, I guess on the topic of Spencer coming back, if he's gonna come back, he should come back for the Killing Joke episode.
Oh, I was thinking of something else because I'm
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking that we really need to do an episode about this particular character. If I can get the image pulled up. Here we go. Spencer's
General
coming back.
Batman.
Jesus Christ, we're not doing a Batmite episode.
Oh, the hell, we're not.
We're
We're
not.
not doing a Batmite episode.
If he comes back, it should be for the Killing Joke, because like part of his whole thing is that he likes the Joker.
Batmite in the Character Encyclopedia.
Batmite.
Spencer, we can discuss this at a later time because apparently dipshit here is more worried about finding Batmite.
I do quite like Batmite, you know.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ, don't encourage him.
Does he have his own
Actually.
page?
Don't encourage him, man. He's gonna think it's
He does have his
okay.
own page. Yes.
No.
Yes. We will talk. We will have. Don't worry, folks. We will have a Batmite episode.
We're not doing a Batmite episode.
We are doing a Batmite.
I like this idea of a Batmite episode. Go on.
Heck yeah.
No, you're not part of the show.
Spencer's with me on this one.
You're a guest.
See, even Andor's like Batmite. Okay.
No, Andor is not like Batmite.
No, Andor
Andor is like, hey, why aren't you petting me?
Actually, he doesn't care if I pet him. He doesn't. He's not a very affectionate cat.
What an asshole. I
Anyway,
don't know.
so
Neither is mine.
we bring him back for the Batmite episode.
For the Killing Joke episode. Jesus.
When are we doing the Killing Joke episode?
I have no clue. I guess when we both read the Killing Joke. Well, and figure out, when
Reread
Spencer can
it?
read the Killing Joke. I mean, yeah, obviously. Obviously, it's a fucking reread, dude.
So there are other episodes that we still have to do. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, let's. Now's a good time as any to figure out what we're doing next week.
So we still have to do our Court of Owls episode.
Great.
True.
We have to do an episode. Of course, we're going to wait for October for this one. We're going to do the Long
Halloween. Yeah.
We got to do our Batmobiles. We were talking about doing a. Oh man, we were talking about doing this one in March. I guess we missed that one.
What was
we
it?
were going to do a retrospective of the Batman.
Oh, true.
And then we were going to do probably at least 2, if not 3 episodes about Nightfall.
Yeah, but we both got to read Nightfall, which I have the books. I can just read it whenever, but you got other shit going on. So.
Let me add Killing Joke to this so we can read Killing Joke. What are we going to do for the next episode? Maybe we should
for
talk
all fishnets and porpoises, I could work on a slideshow for the Batmobile episode.
We can do that, or we can do our The Batman episode.
Yeah. Oh, put doing more Dark Knight trilogy episodes on the list. Because we did the live episode for Batman Begins, and then we.
Oh yeah, we didn't do Dark Knight or Dark Knight Returns.
I'm not saying that we got to do another live episode anytime soon. I'm just saying if we're gonna do live episodes, we might as well finish what we started.
Yeah.
and that'll be.
Hold on, I gotta write in Batmite.
Don't put fucking hell. See what you did, Spencer?
Make
He
sure
never
that's
has bad ideas when you're not here.
Yes,
Make sure it's up top on that list too.
Put what?
Batmite on top.
I don't think Spencer being on top isn't gonna do fucking shit except remind Dad that we want that he wants to do a Batmite episode
Court
fast.
of Owls is on top, and that clearly is not going to be.
That's not happening as fast as you would like it to be happening.
Why not?
Okay, so we can. I mean, we could. Nothing's stopping us.
Reread it.
I don't wanna. Oh, I guess that's stopping us.
What's happening?
That's right there.
So next week will either, or not next week, next episode will either be Court of Owls or Batmobiles of the Ages as a follow-up to our...
Or the Batman.
Or the Batman. Shit, that's too many options. We gotta narrow it down. Next time, we're either doing the Batman or we're doing Batmobiles.
There you go.
But at some point, we're doing Court of Owls.
Because I've been waiting to do that one.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so dead ass. I would have put a little bit more hustle in my step about making the slideshow if I knew that was like an actual like I want to do that thing. I thought I mean I didn't think you were joking, but like I didn't think you were like itching for it, you know?
No, I want to do that one.
Oh shit.
Anyway, that's it.
Looks like next week we're doing Batmobiles, guys.
Batman Hush 2, but first read Hush 1. But
yes, honestly, just read Spencer. Yeah, Spencer, it was fun. We'll definitely. I've been thinking about bringing you in for Killing Joke for like, really since the beginning of the Batcave. To be completely honest with you,
you never mentioned that you even wanted to talk about the Killing Joke.
Yeah, I forgot. I just every time I thought about bringing it up, you said something else and it just completely slipped my mind, and then I would leave and be like, "Oh shit, I gotta say this," and I'd just do something else.
So that's the excuse. Got it.
Basically, every time I was going to, I didn't, and so I just didn't. My excuse is that I'm full of shit, basically.
We already knew that part.
But that's not news to anybody. So, we Ben knew that. This is, yeah. Anyway, tune in next time when we look at Batmobiles of the Ages with another fabulous slideshow by me. We all love the slideshows.
We do. We do love the slideshows.
I can't believe you admitted to it. Jesus Christ, I'm very pleased with myself.
Thanks for watching another episode of the.
Oh wait, we haven't talked about the link. We haven't like pitched. We haven't plugged. I mean. You can find us at what is it? We forgot to fuck. I just realized we didn't do something that we always fucking do way too late. You can find us at put the link on the screen. Yeah. bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio. If you are on YouTube in a couple weeks, obviously this is on Patreon first, so if you want to get early access to not only the Batcave, but Kryptonian Chronicles, a backlog of older content, and the Patreon exclusive series Twilight of Vakanta, go check that out. Twilight of Vakanta is heating up. We had a really, really good session last week.
Very low volume of combat in that one.
That's not always a bad thing.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There was some combat, but it's very one-sided.
But it went very quickly. You know what? We'll let you go see it. Go check it out. It's always a good time over there. We got some good folks. I think we're actually about to take a little break for Japan, which is saying a lot because right before this last episode, we took a break because nobody wanted to play. Everyone was busy.
Well,
we wanted to play.
Like it was all work related.
Yeah. I'm just being a little salty.
Anyway, we'll see you on the Batcave next time.
What, hold on. What about Spencer?
What about him?
Dude, you can find Spencer at... Is it just the Dingus Den on everything?
Yeah, at Dingiston or at at Dingiston and on about everything. I think the only one
If you can't find it at the Dingus Den, check or just drop the. It's not that hard. But yeah, Spencer does some good stuff. Him and
some.
I'm generalizing. He puts out good content. I know that you
dropped a
guys
new
do.
episode of the Comic Den.
Yeah, you guys do
we
the
have a
Comic
special- we have
Den,
a special next episode of Comic Den on Sunday.
where you guys talk about comics. Obviously,
I would like to highlight that our next episode is actually a very special one, as we're actually going to be highlighting an indie comic that's on Kickstarter right now. We are joining us the writer and artist for that. The writer is somebody I've actually talked to for a fair amount now.
What are we talking about next one?
It's an indie comic called Super Guy.
that sounds phenomenal.
And so
I may actually watch that.
I'm actually was about to send you the info for that, but we're gonna be their comic is already fully funded on Kickstarter. Their prices were actually really reasonable compared to some other indie Kickstarters.
How am I going to read this before Sunday?
I have a link for you.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, dude.
But yeah, we're gonna be it's gonna be a special first episode where I've never had any like guests on like that before, so I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I may actually watch
this Sunday, didn't you?
No, like people that actually worked on the comic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. He was on last Sunday, where we reviewed Absolute Martian Manhunter and Absolute Flash. Is my friend. Literally, his username is Comic Book Fan. And so me and Comic talked about those two absolute books. And
yeah,
so
I was not available for this one because I was dead to the world.
I got sick. Yeah.
Yeah. So we covered for you. It was still pretty good. So
yeah, go check out the Dingus Den if you liked Spencer. I'd highly recommend it. He's funny sometimes.
We need to get you on the Comic Den.
Absolutely. We just got to figure out what I'm going to read.
Yeah, we need to find something he's actually read.
I can read something new. I didn't lose the ability to read comics. I just don't. I'm fucking broke, dude. I can't afford comic books.
That's fair.
What do I look like? I'm fucking made of money? No.
You have my link to DC Infinite, don't you?
I'm like 90. I'm like 63% sure.
That's a big gap of numbers that kept on going around there.
Yeah, very significant drop there, but let's just move on from my absolutely abysmal counting skills and say thank you so much for watching. Now we're done, you fucking weirdo. God forbid Spencer gets some traffic to his side. You weirdos. Not you, Spencer. Him weirdos. Just you.
I get it from you.
That's not how that works.
Yeah,
if you enjoyed this, go check us out elsewhere. Thank you. Subscribe to our YouTube. Smash the like button. Come check out the live streams on Tuesdays where they talk about stupid shit that I don't care about. That's not true. They did Back to the Future, actually, which is not stupid shit I don't care about. But I took it back. I'm getting disowned.
We're talking
I'm
about
getting written out of
the free this Tuesday.
Hell yeah, go check that out. It's bound to be a fun time. His co-host is also part of the Twilight of Vakanta, and he's a good guy. They're actually about to take a brief hiatus for Star Wars Celebration, I think.
Yep.
Or am I coming on as the co-host for the time?
I think we're just going to go on hiatus.
What if I watch Kenobi really fast?
Okay.
Hell yeah, I might actually do it. If I'll watch Kenobi. I'll start that tonight then.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so go check us out. Thank you for watching. I'm very long-winded. You guys have a good night.
Laters.
And again, thanks.